Okay, so it's pretty early in the morning. I didn't wake up at exactly 4:30 to watch the WWE Network version of Beast from the East, which of course is the E Live in Tokyo, Japan. Very interesting watching the crowd. I've only seen them in like bits and pieces of things on YouTube, so I don't know how they would react to a WWE product, but it's very much someone shows up, big burst of emotion, a lot of stuff goes on, and then they sit on their hands, they're very quiet. So they only pop for like the big moves, which is great, but everyone's seated. No signs everywhere, totally different vibe, makes it a really, really unique and interesting show. Opening contest, Jericho Neville. That is how you get a crowd going. Brilliant back and forth, nice paced match, they sold well, great psychology. Saw a little bit of everybody's move set, ends with the red arrow getting blocked by a set of knees into the Lion Tamer. Not the Walls of Jericho, the Lion Tamer. Yes, the actual like knee to the back of the head, like skull hitting canvas, body vertical, legs bent back. Neville taps out. Brilliant match. We follow that up with the Triple Threat Divas match. Nikki, Paige, Tamina. They did so many of the exact same spots that they did when it was Nikki, Paige, Naomi. I think that for the next Triple Threat Divas match, or the next Triple Threat anything match, they need to not do the Superplex Powerbomb spot. Because you see them going for the Superplex, and they take a really, really long time. And the fact that while Nikki is the one going to Superplex Paige, you see her leaning over while Paige is hitting on the back of the head. And you can tell that she's talking to Tamina. I mean, she's almost like hanging over the rope, like, hey, be sure you hit the ring this time. Hey. And of course, Nikki talks loud anyways, because she's with John, and John talks loud. So you've got a crowd that's whisper quiet. So you hear a lot more what's going on in the ring. But again, Nikki and Paige put on a very good match. You can tell Tamina is just there to break the match and make it a little bit different. Match, of course, ends with Tamina eating the big forearm shot from Nikki. 1, 2, 3. And now we're in the beginning of our 3 main events. Let's be honest, this was 4 main events in the Divas match. The Divas match was actually very good. They gave him a decent amount of time. Nowhere near as much as any of the men's match, but they gave him a decent amount of time. They put on a pretty good match. But I think it was just stuck on a card that was just loaded. Loaded. Then we go to Kofi Kingston, Brock Lesnar. Kofi is doing everything he can. Brock's just like, oh, you kidding me? Brock Lesnar. He sells almost none of Kofi's offense, which was great. Destroys Kofi. Goes back to the ring. Works on Kofi some more. Here comes Xavier Woods. Lays out Xavier Woods. Here comes Big E Langston. Lays out Big E Langston. Hits Big E with a F5 like it's me picking up my 20-pound daughter. Just, yeah! Destroys all of New Day. Crowd hot for it. It's Lesnar. Seeing that, this goes back to when they did the Authority beatdown. New Day should have joined the Authority for the beatdown. Would have sold so much better. Would have made this match make sense. Now we get to the true main event, which is Balor Owens. But I'll talk about the actual main event. The Ziggler team was Cena, which makes sense. You know, they fought the Authority back in November of last year. Taking on Kane and Barrett. Watching Kane and Barrett made me go, man, why didn't Barrett join the Authority? Good match, nice back and forth. I didn't care for the match at all because we just had Balor and Owen before it. But, of course, faces get the win. You know, Ziggler seemed pretty comfortable and pretty happy from a Japanese crowd. If only there was something that Ziggler could do if he were to be near a Japanese crowd. I don't know. There's something that he could do if he were to leave the E and join Japan. I don't know what it is that he could he could do if he were to be there. So we get to the actual main event, which was the co-main event. Balor, Owens, they did the flowers, they covered the ring in streamers. It's like I said, a Ring of Honor event. Just so many streamers. Balor came on to like a hero's welcome. This match, virtually flawless psychology, perfect back and forth. Balor hits a coup de grace, you think it's done. Owens kicks out at 2, the match keeps on going. Balor just weathers through the storm of Owens again, hits his sick running, just like kick you into the turnbuckle dropkick, hits his delayed turnbuckle dropkick, hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. You could hear the roar of the crowd from here in the middle of the United States of America. Just amazing. The entrance that he has when he's the demon makes my hair stand on end, which hasn't happened since like Taker. He is so crisp and so clean in the ring. It's like, all right, that means Owens jumping to the main roster. That means in a couple of months, after we end up seeing, Balor just tear it up as the NXT champion, probably having an awesome feud with Hideo Itami. Maybe having a return match against Owens. Maybe he'll have a mini feud with Sami Zayn. Maybe he'll defend the title against Rhino. He's got a lot of options what he can do for a couple of months. Looking forward to NXT again. It's going to be white hot.